Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, outsiders and in-betweeners. My name is Cameron Harris, and I am running for mayor of Chicago in the 2027 election cycle. Tonight, we're going to be frying up some pork chops. I have been obsessed with the CERN Large Hadron Collider since I was in high school. I would even ignore some of my classes and the instruction going on to read on, our school approved, laptops, iPad, electrical appliances, to view and read the research coming out of the CERN Large Hadron Collider. A lot of the research out of the CERN Collider has to do with, new particle physics, new material sciences, new, pharmaceutical molecule creation. And I've always been consistently disappointed with the results from the Large Hadron Collider because you never see an implementation of the materials in real life. My house is still made of bricks. My car is still made of steel. Nothing in my material life has changed because of the research at the Large Hadron Collider. Even the pharmaceutical and medical applications, I never see repeated in, continuous research. I never hear about it again in other science magazines. What has interested me about the Large Hadron Collider is that it achieved the highest man-made temperature in human history at approximately 5.5 trillion degrees Fahrenheit. And that led me to believe we've been misapplying the technology. A nuclear reactor works by using radioactive fission materials to boil water. That water is then converted to steam, where it is pushed through high pressure tubing to spin a steam turbine. In the simplest explanation, it is literally a steam engine that is powered by radioactive fission materials instead of gasoline, diesel, or coal. The fact that the CERN Large Hadron Collider achieved such high man-made temperatures makes me wonder how much water it could boil if it were used with the same application. Instead of using fissionable materials, I've always thought that we should use salt ions, salt molecules, salt particles spun through the Hadron Collider, colliding them together at 5.5 trillion degrees Fahrenheit to boil water, generate steam, and then push it through turbines to create energy. I am disappointed that the governments of Sweden and Denmark are actually building a new Hadron Collider because it will be the same nothing burger research produced at the CERN Hadron Collider in, Switzerland and France. I will put a Large Hadron Collider in the Pacific Ocean, in the volcanic triangle, between Australia, Japan, and the United States. Somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, but that has access to both ends of the world to supply energy. To me, it is so obvious and so simple to use salt ions because, there are desalination plants all over the world. There are desalination plants all over the East Coast. And the two largest products of desalination plants are drinkable water and salt. Whereas a desalination plant, through steaming and reverse osmosis processes, will extract fresh water from the salt. And so you're left with literal trucks and trucks, mountains of salt. And I propose we spin the salt through our Large Hadron Collider in the Pacific Ocean, powering the entire world. I've considered this for quite a few years, and I've never understood why this would not be possible. So, tell me if I'm wrong, because this is something I will accomplish.